Greetings to you all. Nuyu naa leen yéen ñëpp ku ne ci turam ak santam. It's 7:25 a.m. here in Washington, and maa ngi génn di yóbbu suma doom bi school, but I need to do this real quick. For the past 1.5 hours, 1 hour I've changed into 1.5 hours, I have been on the phone with different people, trying to brainstorm, do more findings and investigate what exactly has happened, and also engage the UDP leadership. Xam ngeen luy xew ci réew mi, man guddi gi duma ko dee nelaw. I don't sleep at night. Lu ci bari maa ngi wax ak suma team bi, because ñun fii ñu ngi ci suba right now is 7 a.m. As I said, I'm taking my daughter to the bus stop pour yóbbu ko mu dem school. Guddi gi yëpp nag maa ngi ci téléphone bi ak suma guy in Gambia, the office, and it's rather unfortunate. We dispatch people. Demba gis ngeen ne def naa 7-hour show. Ñu dispatch people. Lu ñuy def nag duñ koy waxantu. And we make a concerted effort to be a responsible media house in every way, shape or form. Maa ngi doon wax ak office bi kenn si reporters yi koo xam ne xëy na Fat Samba jox ko assignment ak gars yi pour mu dem fële ca pipeline ci lawyer kër Ousainou Dabo pour cover what was going on there. Ki ñoo wax Ibrahima Jatta mu dem kër lawyer Dabo to actually capture what was happening there, to show the world, to capture it for our news. As he get there, mu engage some of them, and ñu ne ko ne bum jël anything that was happening there. Mu génn fa dem adjacent to the house ci benn waaju jaay noppal foofu, noppal credit, and then started doing commentary. Video bi nag is right there on our page, both on YouTube and Facebook. You can watch it. Benn 3 minutes rek la Jatta dem live, and then 7 people ñëw ci moom from behind and allegedly attack him, assault ko, and wax ko ne mu stop live bi mu doon def. Si saasi in less than 30 seconds su ngeen seetee video bi di ngeen gis ne Fatou, close the door please. Tëjal bunta bi wala nga toog ci biir. Thank you. Ni ma leen ko waxee suma doom bi laa yóbbu school nii. This is not something that I plan to do. It's not part of my morning routine, as I said, and it is not something I was willing to do. Put them live ci jamono ji. But then, coming back to the discussion, Jatta was attacked. Ñu ne ko na stop lim doon def. Mu laaj leen, gaay ne ko na stop right away. Mu comply ak ñoom and end video bi foofu. From then on, gaay di ko tekko. Ne ko su ko stoput dinañ ko rey ci lim wax. Oye ko façon tur bu nekk, including ne mandinka bu bon la, moom moo yàq deri mandinka yi. Ñoom ñoo yàq turi mandinka yi. These are the words that Jatta himself told me. Now, I was gonna come live with Jatta to actually have this with him. I am too tired, man. Let me just do a few minutes. Lii nag today dooru tey. Demba xew na. When I was doing my show last evening, I called Lamin Cissé, ki nga xam ne moo nekkoon foofu noonu, to get an update from him. Whilst mu ngi foofu ci kër lawyer Dabo di cover li doon xew foofu live. On air, ñaari yoon gaa yaa ngi ñëw di ko wax ne na stop Lamin MCC mu ngi woon foofu kër Lawyer Darboe démba si guddi. This is also on air. I have shared the videos right now on our page. The incident bi xewee nag an hour and a half ago ben tey I allowed Jatta bi ma koolee fekk mu ngi just daw. He ran for his life jël taxi dugga dem gaay jëm nañoo yàqa suñu bagage yi and he went to the office. Bi mu egsee I had a thorough discussion with him and asked him multiple questions. Fan la nekkoon lan la doon def naka la incident bi happen and everything. Lii xew is national concern. It's national security concern. The Gambian people need to know. The world needs to know. And what did I do next? I engaged ki nga xam ne mooy the Gambia Press Union ñi nga xam ne ci mbootaay bi amee ñun suñ affaire muy journaliste yi ma engage leen MS Ba. I was in close consultation with him. Additionally, I also engaged Dr. Amadou Scatter Jane moom mi nga xam ne moo amee wàllum communication and wax ci UDP. We don't just get up and do things irresponsibly. Duma tub rek dem ci jaww ji. Amadou Scatter Jane take na full responsibility because dama ko send evidences to this thing, and he took responsibility and apologized to me and to Jatta on behalf of the United Democratic Party. And he also not only apologized, he condemns the act. So ku foog ne li ñoo wax ni ay politique lak UDP li lele, it has nothing to do with that. This is something that happened diggante démb ak tey, and this is actually my interview with Amadou Jane. Hello, Dr. Jane.
Yes.
It's just like I have informed you. I just sent you a video in which some UDP militants and security officers allegedly attacked. Ngeen balal ma rek ma fix suma moto bi nii rek so that ma gën leen a mun a play loolu. Let me turn the engine off so that you can hear Dr. Jane. Allegedly attack one of our reporters, Mr. Ibrahim Jatta, who was there to do some work for us by the house of the party leader adjacent to his house next to the American embassy, and then they came and told him that he needs to stop. According to Mr. Jatta, in an interview I had with him, he was attacked. They verbally and physically abused him, almost took our gadgets away from him. They threatened him and told him he's a bad Mandinka and how he is the one spoiling or tarnishing the name of Mandinkas. I asked him how does this make him feel, and he said it has affected him psychologically because doing his work does not equate to being a bad Mandinka, and that traumatizes him. So, I mean, as a responsible institution, I called you to inform you as the person responsible for media at the United Democratic Party. Of course, I'll be going live to talk about this. What is your reaction to this?
Well, as the person in charge of media and communication for the United Democratic Party, if what you're telling me is accurate and I have no reason to doubt your story, I would apologize sincerely on behalf of the party, because the UDP and myself, to a great extent, uphold the principle of freedom of expression and free press, and there's no basis to stop a reporter from covering an event of that nature, especially from the public area, public domain. And I would strongly condemn the actions or the behaviors you mentioned, and tell you that none of that is in line with the UDP's positions. None of it is in line with the character of our party leader. So, and we worked very closely with your media organization. You covered our tour throughout the country, and your reporters were on the ground to cover the activities surrounding the PIU and party supporters. So we apologize sincerely, and I hope you accept our apology.
Indeed, I appreciate it and respect your maturity and professionalism in the way you are handling it with us. We'll accept the apology and we'll extend it to
Mr. Jatta, who is the victim here. However, I would like to ask you another question, which is what would the United Democratic Party do, especially this falls within your domain and purview. What will you do to prevent such occurrences? Because journalists are there to do our work and disseminate information to the country. And of course, whenever United Democratic Party or any of the other parties in the country need us, they always reach out, and we are good partners, as you have said. Thank you for recognizing that. But what will your party do to stop such occurrences?
Well, since you've just brought it to my attention and have sent me information to corroborate what you've told me, I will take time to look at it and, if necessary, call your reporter to apologize to him personally. And then if I'm able to identify who's involved, especially if you're saying some UDP security are involved, I'd be able to talk to them as well and make it clear that press freedom is dear to the UDP and that type of activity not be accepted. If anything further than that is necessary, that would be beyond my domain. But I will try to look at the information, reach out to your reporter, reach out to anyone I can identify from what you mentioned, UDP supporters or security officials, and then see what can happen next, what to do next. It will depend on I'll have to review the material since I just got it. But
I will send you the other video. I told you earlier that this is not the only incident. Even yesterday, I was doing a show, and I have Lamin Cisse, one of our reporters, who was on the ground showing the world what was happening with the PIU officers. And when the situation calmed down in the size of House of Lawyer Hussein Odabo, a couple of times people came to him while I was on air with him and asked him to stop. And this is when I was live with him. I will send you that video as well. I will look at the exact minutes and I will mark it for you to tell you that this is exactly where they were telling him to stop, and I told him not to stop. He was doing his job. So since that is the second incident,
you're telling me also it's outside of. Yeah, and you're also telling me it's outside of his home.
That was yesterday. That was yesterday. The one I just sent you is today, just less than an hour ago. The one I just mentioned reference to with Lamin Cisse was yesterday.
I'll take time to review and still tell you we definitely condemn the actions and the behavior, but I'll review and then take it from there.
All right, thank you, sir. And yeah, thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
So
that was Dr. Amadou Scatter Jane. I was talking to the head of media and communication.
Try to be a responsible institution,
Ousman Joof with Gambian
not to
Talents
just
TV.
get up and do this. Ngeen balal ma rek ma
45
stop
minutes ago.
that commentary. We will publish this in due course. We are in close consultation with the Gambia Press Union and also, like I said, with the United Democratic Party. I contacted Almami Funding Tal, and of course Degumako. I contacted Scatter, and I happened to get hold of Scatter and spoke to him. Degangen conversation bi nimfademe. This is not a joke, and I urge the leadership of the United Democratic Party to address their militants, just like I've told Scatter over the phone. Nañ wax ak seen militancy. You can see how level-headed the leadership are. You can see how level-headed the leadership are. It is not okay nak pour the attack journalists. It doesn't matter who does it. Attacking journalists is not okay. We go to these places to do our work. Dégg ngeen Scatter si boppam wax na ko. He has just said it. It is not okay. They condemn it in its entirety and they apologize to us. So the militants nak must pay attention to this. You cannot take the law into your hands. Ñun liggéey la ñoo def. We have a work to do. We have a responsibility to show the world what is happening. And Jatta and everybody else are trained to know better. To be showing any privacy stuff that is happening. There was nothing extraordinary or privacy issue related that could not have been shown. Yesterday, PIU officers were at the house of lawyer Ousman Dabo. We play a major role. We play a major role. In fact, we were the only online television, Naka television stations have to say, so to say, official media house that was there to actually cover be lawyer Ousman Dabo di joxe speech. My team were there all through. Li xew yep fa la nekk. In fact, we were victims of the PIU officers because 3 or 4 of my people were affected. Fatou Samba bi ma wax ak mom ci telephone bi, at some point she couldn't breathe because of the tear gas. Bintu Singate, Fatmata Kanyi ak Fatmata Sanyang were hospitalized at Demban Clinic. They were not released by Winlen be ñaari waxtu ci guddi. Fatmata Sanyang ci la ko jëkkëram ñëw jël si. So we are direct victims of this. PIU officers yi ak seen actions yi. It is not okay. But the UDP militants as well, here, we are not condoning this. We don't appreciate it. Dañ nekk di def suñ liggéey. It doesn't matter kan moo ko def nag. Whenever situations like this happen, I address it, I condemn it. When back in the days, the NPP did it. When President Barrow was having a tour, the members of the Barrow Youth Movement attacked one of our reporters, Ibrahim Jambang, at the time. We condemned it in its entirety, and government spokesperson Ibrahim Aji Sankare apologized on behalf of the government to us. To us. If it wasn't right at the time because NPP did F. This was even before the formation of NPP, but this was during the president's tour. Some 3 years ago. If it was wrong for President Barrow and his camp to do it at the time, if it was wrong for the iAfrica reporter to be attacked not long ago, if it was wrong for the Fatu Network reporter to be attacked by the PIU officers not long ago, if it was wrong for the Kir Fatu reporter to be attacked or cameraman to be attacked at the State House, all of these things, we condemned it. Personally, Damagina Sisuma Peji Mawako, these are the things that I anticipate. Tay mun na nek kenen, elek mun na nek ñun. When Pamudu Bojang and others were arrested, Agnyum Jibi were arrested by, the security officers during the 3 years Jotna. I personally called every single time these incidents happen. My colleagues in the media, Kumchidal, Dina calls and media chief, try to even get hold of the people concerned to actually show solidarity and condemn the action. It is not right. It doesn't matter who it is. We are there to do our job, and we must be allowed to do our job without intimidation, threats, abuse, fear or favor, affection or ill will. We should be able to comfortably and confidently do our job without any fear or favor. And I condemn this in its entirety. We appreciate Amadou Skater Jane as he said it. For the past few weeks especially, they have been very cooperative and working with us the past, couple of weeks. Last couple of weeks of the election. And he has been facilitating a lot of things with Gambian talents. He has been facilitating a lot of things. But the militants are always the ones making it hard. The Gambian Action Party officials, you condemn this action. They condemn it. Let's not see nak to take it or leave it. Call us names. Call me names. Continue to spew these tribal sentiments. Those of you that are spewing it, it doesn't work with me. Man yaga na len ko wax. If that was the case, like I said, all my reporters, majority of the people at Gambian Talents are Mandinkas, if that's what you are calling it. If you're trying to go that route. So it doesn't work with me. In fact, the young man that has been, just attacked is a Mandinka himself. And that is one of the things that they told him. I'll told him Mandinkol Totinya. Yenina Mandinka Yuboni. When I asked him, how does this make you feel? He said to me, it affects me psychologically. Because they told me I am a Mandinka and I'm the one tarnishing the image of the Mandinkas. I'm the one tarnishing the image of the Mandinkas. Why should they go that route? Why should they stood so low? It's not appreciated. And the people who did it, according to Jata, is 7 of them that came. There was 1 woman among them, 3 and 6 others, 6 other men. 3 of them wearing the black UDP security uniform, and the one person wearing the UDP t-shirt and the others were in mufti or plain clothes. It's not right nak ñu ko condemn and ñu ngi ñaax UDP leadership bi ñu continuer pour di waxtaan ak seen militants yi engage them further to know ne li ñoo def wala liñ ñu def ni is not right. Demba def nañ ko Lamin Ceesay, like I said. The video is right there on our page. You can go to our YouTube page. You will see it there. Both videos di ngeen leen fa gis. Tay Jatta less than 3 minutes, about 3 minutes exchange is what he did. And they came and asked him to stop. Demba, couple of times they ñëw si Lamin Ceesay, who gave them authority? Amadou Scatter Diané mi ma wax ni Fatou Samba interview na ko Demba, Lamin Ceesay interview na ko Demba. Moom si boppam mu ñoo jox live update of what was happening there. The UDP leadership were okay with this. At the end of the day, they had Fatou Samba there. He interviewed the family members of Lawyer Darboe. She even tried to have an interview with Lawyer Darboe. Ñu ne pa bi mu ne mu ngi dafa guddi right now na ko may ba tey dina ko grant an interview. This is what Lawyer Darboe said. This is on air. Go and watch the video. Fatou Samba had an interview with them yesterday. The family members, they were sitting there in the house. The family members of Lawyer Darboe can be very responsible. They are very mature and professional and they handle this right. The leadership, to a great extent, they do their best. But the regular militants on the ground are not helping. You are not helping. If you think you are adding more salt to injury. You cannot continue to harass, abuse, intimidate people, and you think you're gonna get away with it. The cabinet dafa am loi. And we hope this is the last time that it will happen. We urging the UDP leadership to still continue to engage your people. We will urge you to continue to engage your people. Aldiamuye ya foye nyimbula. Nkame mfonung suru akangoto wole muko na reporter ikafome Ibrahima Jatta comment to Fatou Samba ya kile ya tata jana Lawyer Ousmane Darboe ya kajibe membe ke kanje pour nga kibaro futandi Gambia nolma karum beya mwele menketa between PIU official kunung aning UDP la militant sol biri tia gasol fayi kang nga programo ke nga president Adama Barrow fango yamar nkae mansabuka mateng al dialogue initiate al UDP la nyaton kol kumandi al niye diamu ni mam permit soto pour ka gada je in front of ila party leader la kordato al ya faye ko imanya na wakela ya kata yela mol dispace sey suwo kono inyanta wole kela bari imanya na la katia gaso fayi kang ngole fo president Adama Barrow nga security official yamar koy ko al tol al bal nal fal nal dingol nal dokol nal kotol lel bijang nale motoral fangol le nale TRRC jibe nama mosi ni womal kawandi fental kawandi la koteke nte fangola mo nani wolle affecta nyinto na sunkun ni saba ibel ndemban clinic until 3 a.m. 2:30 a.m. 3 a.m. Panmata Sanyang at some point was in a very critical condition. Niji no, aman diamu no, munta wax munta no ki munta def lu bari. This was the fact. This is what was happening to her. Be 3 a.m. Bima wax ak ñom Bintu Singate ñu nekk ci l'hôpital bi dégg ngeen ko. And interesting enough, when Lamin Ceesay was there at Lawyer Darboe's house, birabe je kunung yakala mo fula nata je ñim fanabe on air ngaw video kile mo fula nata je ka faye pour aya stop. Why? Muna naba stop la. When Amadou Scatter Diané même marata la media team la wonata diam tantole wonata control ko nganyini ka munebe keri njang aya sata. He explained how he went to the American embassy to make a phone call to the IGP and the leadership of the police. Atata ko sata akadunta fenkole kono tear gas wole kono muna ci bir tear gas bi la xous dem ci American embassy bi pour muna make a phone call. He explained ko a dozen people motanim fulanim feng wolle be in critical condition wolle la ko be sangara ring yes samba lopitanoto. All the efforts that they were making, Amadou Diané was constantly giving us an update. Who are you? Jumala al tol militant tol ti kafoko al tol be mol stop la le pour nga do ko ke Jumale malti nali amira dung al kapatio le makoy al mam patio makoy luamu lualeti adum banko kang falsi wa respect al kanyin tribal sentiment mem push mele nyinke yake nyi menna in fact mandinka dingolem akoy kaele ko al tolle mandinka ding kurungol ti al tolle mandinkol jawoti. Why would you do that? Why would you say that? Kunumpia you official ye mel Tora. The same thing. They were on the ground with Fat Samba. An hour so. Don't push this thing. Let's give peace a chance. Banko mumbele tati. Mo kilintante. Ken mo mud rew mi. Ñun ñepp ko bokk nak te lolu luñ wara understand la. I'm talking to the membership of the UDP. It's because some of you have pulled that. When Jatta told me this, it hurt my feelings that they will pull this button with him. It will follow your fire. Ñom ñoko njaka wax, they pulled the tribal card on him. Jatta will not come and tell me anything I would believe. And I asked him multiple times and in fact told him the consequences. Wax na ko li lum ko muna jural. Are you ready for it? Are you prepared for it? I told him this is a very sensitive thing. Buga nga ma wax ko, buga nga ñu wax ko, mune ma waaw. Because daf ma affect psychologically. Ako nye ko yes, I am affect psychologically. I'm prepared for it. Nene ma nying encounter in my life. This is what he told me. I told him it is a very sensitive thing. And in fact, that made me recommend for him to write a statement and send it to me. A statement on my edit, I haven't put out anything. I haven't touched a single word on it. Exactly how he wrote it is how we publish it. Exactly how he wrote it is how we publish it. And he expressed himself in his statement and told us exactly what happened. Go back and refresh your our page and you will see the full story where Jatta narrated what happened. Menketa aya for damning. Nka yenyi membe fonye telefono da ko nyaha nka ya asefe kaito bala. Binda ko si ling masen report bing masen. He wrote the report editumoko uncensored. I wrote it, I published it exactly as it is, besides the introduction that I put there. Verbatim, lako defnono. So we urge all the political party leaders, especially the United Democratic Party and the NPP, to tell their members to exercise restraint and give peace a chance. Komantonak mbaje kanenyin lungol be alla molba fokang. Kunung your party leader lawyer Ousman Dabo gave a very wonderful statement, in which he urged all of you to respect the leadership, to trust the leadership, alie lela ngeen gomko gom sen jiti ngeen ñibisi sen keri tok fofu nono lila len waxte loolu la emphasize alia gis na Kemo Bojang the youth leader ki nga xamne mo len jite yen ndaw yi mu wax len the same thing ne ngeen tok ci sen keri ngeen give peace a chance. Gis na tamit Mayor Talib Bensouda who doubles as the organizing secretary of the party, mom tamit wax na len the same thing. All your leadership are preaching the same language to you and telling you, give peace a chance and do not instigate violence. You don't want any fights. I saw Lawyer Dabo pointing at one of the militants because suñ guy di cover demba bi mo waxa guy mu am ñum xol am ndaw bum xol ne ko dama bëgga yow nga am jabar dama bëgga nga am dom. Kon su fekkee ne ekati ngeen fitna su la dara jotee kon doo am jabar doo am dom yéen ñëpp dama bëgga ngeen enjoy seen life. Ngeen tekki be njëriñ seen bopp ak seen njaboot mu ne leen ne ñu ngi ci tourism season te tourist yi dañoo am ñëw ci réew mi te ñu ngi fi suñ fi ekatee fitna ndaw yu bari ñoo nekk di liggéey ci tourism sector bi they will not be here dina ñibi te loolu dina affect suñ tourist yi. This is what Lawyer Dabo told them. So it's not nag ne yéen time bu ngeen foogee ne time boobu ngeen ñu soxla rek ñun time boobu lañ war a ñëw. When the party leader was doing his announcement with Nyom Esa Falak Mama Kande, they were like begging the crowd to give way to the media. Al media so it will listen yita no duniala. Melen yon media bi. Kerak. We were covering it live. And that's exactly what they were saying. They were appealing to the to each other. Pour ñu may ñu yoon because they want the world to see what was happening. The party leader rejecting the results. So contain ak duñ tok demba ngeen ne because yeen bëggulen ñu wane li xew at some point. It's not about what you want and what you don't want. If anything happens that is a human interest story, lo xamne luy njëriñ askan bi la wala is about the security of the country and we don't xew ket Lawyer Dabo is something that the world needs to know, that the Gambians need to know. And lolu motax pour ñu wax ko. ngal dani nak al nga fitino tenkundi fitna ay du empty bopi boromam waxna len ko demba ku buga xam nu mel suñ kilifa yi ñu ñoo wax tariko ya foññele ko nin la fita lon na fitino be ñameng al nga 1981 ñininka mel ak keta mel ñala suñ buggee xam fitna nuñ mel nañ laaj suñ kilifa yi ñi fekkee 1981 even myself I wasn't born then suñ buggee xam naka la fitna mel ñu ne nañ laaj suñ kilifa yi 1981 nañ laaj waa Sierra Leone al nga Sierra Leone kol ñininka al nga Liberia kol ñininka al nga Burundi kol ñininka al nga Rwanda kol ñininka anin ñin sate kotengol mel be ya lon koy kelo soto al nga fitino landi karala. This tribalism thing does not have any need. It has no place and should not have any place. We all live together, we work together, and we are one people. Fi ma nekk nii max suma mbokki jola yeeg pol yeeg soose yeeg manjaago yi ñoo fi dëkk ñun ñëpp benn place ñooy demalante di dikkante di jàppale wante all this while ndelle ka kuwo beke ñoo kan woton kana ñoo tiñaa fara feñe suñ kër fi mu nekk ay këri soose ko seexa ay këri pola ko seexa ay këri jola ko seexa I always say it ndelle ka kuwol ke ñoo kan ndelle be do ko ke kan ñoo kan so al nga ñin sifabula. It's not okay. It's not right. Ma appreciate a bit, and I hope the leadership will continue to engage their people. For them to stop. I know that you have done your best, and you continue to do your best. Kunung, you address them since election day. Lawyer Dabo's speech. That is what it was geared towards. After he voted, cast his vote. The day after. After when he even rejected the results, he still preached words of peace. Kunungko. He preached words of peace. Yesterday, he preached words of peace. Woto fal man tral la ñaton kol la moy kambang, fal la ñaton kol man fenno wal ma bang. Ndax seen jiiti mëna luñ leen dara? Because ñu continue di leen wax bi. I interviewed the photojournalist yesterday, Dumbuya. Earlier today, you might have seen that picture circulating, and in fact, NPP ñu ko politicize. Yes, I can confirm ne lolu demba man interview na Dumbia mum. When he had just left there when he went to Ndemban clinic, interview na ko fofu. And what Dumbia told me, munama dañ ma palpe. These are his right words. What happened, munama dañ ma palpe, dañ ma gis ñu jaawale ma ñu ne man NPP ñoo ma fi yoni ñu ñew somma palpe ma. Manako, what do you mean palpe? Den jël sa xaalis wala dara munama jëluñ suma xaalis waaye suma gadget leen jël suma caméra yi amna yu ci yaxu ak suma tripod bi amna yoo xam ne dañ ko jëloon waaye wax naa ak leadership bi and delloo nañ ma ko. So why do you have to just keep on attacking people? Koko is a photojournalist. He was there just to do his work, just like we were doing his work. It was him yesterday, it is us today. It was us yesterday. It is us again today. And we don't appreciate this we condemn it in its entirety. And we hope the leadership will continue to engage your militants and actually get them to stop what they are doing. Especially to us, the journalists. And it doesn't matter who they do it, but we are affected here and for us. We work with you. We do everything possible to make sure that we give visibility to the United Democratic Party. And anytime the leadership needs us, they engage us. They come back to us. Whenever suñ feeling ne dañ ñu soxla, they come to us. And therefore, loolu luñ wara appreciate la. We are partners in development. Ku nekk fu mu ne nga jàppee foofu. Ngeen jàppa fii ñu jàppa fele. And loolu lañ wara def. To kon maa ngi leen a bëggee di leen gërëm di leen sant ci seen déglu bu rafet beeg seetaan bu rafet bi. I wish I could have read all of you guys' messages here. It's too early here. It's exactly 8:02 a.m. ñun ñu ngi just door suñ day bi. I know it's 4 p.m. in Gambia and 5 or 6 p.m. in other parts of the world, but our day is just starting. I did not want to definitely start my day like this, being angry and mad and pissed off and disappointed with all of these things that happen, but we need to come together. At the end of the day, when the dust settles, ñun ñooy demalante suñ dëcc, ñooy demalante suñ ngénte, ñooy demalante suñ takkay, ñooy demalante si suñ programmes ak activities yi nga xam ne mu ngi go on yëpp. So it only makes sense that we stop all of this mess. Dinañ air this response of Dr. Amadou Scatel Jane dinañ ko air on a separate note pour ngeen gis loolu xam ne the leadership are aware, they are involved in this and they have apologized and condemned it. Additionally, tamit, I was going to interview Jata, but our time, that's why I told him that we will do this again tomorrow. Dina interview Jata ngeen dégg ko si gémmiñam moom si boppam ngeen xam ne I'm not making up anything. Thank you to Dr. Jane and the leadership of the United Democratic Party. Thank you to the Gambia Press Union and all other stakeholders and anybody and everyone who is in solidarity with us during these difficult moments. Thank you.